Okay, Katie, I would like to ask you some questions as a school captain uh, around the school values. The school values are ambition and inclusion. So, in terms of ambition, what does that mean to you as somebody who has gone through the school from first year to sixth year?
Well, the school has always accommodated ambition and encouraged it. Myself, I was a placing request, so when I came up to the school, I didn't know anyone, I wasn't very familiar with the staff, and it was just all very different and not what I was used to. But the staff were always very encouraging and motivating, and they always helped me to strive to achieve the highest grades I could possibly get. Um, they upheld very high standards, which allowed me to have the ambition to get the highest grades that I could. Um, Also, being school captain allowed me to have a lot of ambition because, as I said, when I was in first year, I was always very shy, very quiet, didn't really speak to anybody. But by the time I was in sixth year, I was actually made the school captain, and that allowed me to become more confident with public speaking and talking in front of an audience and like talking to my peers that I wouldn't necessarily talk to every day. So that really helped with my confidence, and that'll help me in future career. Um, Also, with supported studies, if there was an area of a subject that you were struggling with or perhaps not as confident in, the staff went out of their way to allow you to help you to understand that area better to again help you get a better result. Um, that school are different in the sense that we allow 6 hires in fifth year, and most schools would just do five. So this allows students to strive to achieve even 6 hires by the end of fifth year, which really will help them in the future, whatever it is that they choose to do, as most schools would not have accommodated this. And having a diverse student population as well. As myself, I was a placing request, as I mentioned, and many other students are placing requests as well. There's a lot of placing requests, and it allowed them to mix with pupils that have been together for years at primary, and that helped build new friendships and helped you to strive to achieve more as you feel more supported by your peers and were encouraged by staff as well.
And how did you get on with your hires in fifth year?
I achieved 6 A's by the end of fifth year, something that I never thought I would achieve. But due to the help and support of my peers, staff, and parents, I was able to achieve 6 A's by the end of fifth year.
So I'd now like to turn to inclusion. Katie, we see ourselves as a very inclusive school. Could you outline what that means to you?
So that includes for me the extracurricular clubs that the school run. No matter what your interest or your hobby, the staff are always very accommodating to all of that, and they offer a wide array of extracurricular activities, whether that be from sport or for performing arts. Whatever your interest, they were always able to allow you to practice that in school. For myself, it was the school band. I remember when I first joined in first year, I would hardly play a note. I was too scared in case I made a mistake. But by the time I grew throughout the school, I was able to become more confident and have more self belief in my abilities. And it also helped me to build friendships with students in other years that I wouldn't necessarily have spoken to outside of the band, which helped to build friendships. And it was also motivating to be able to play an instrument with your friends, and it helped to make the experience more enjoyable. The school also has the Equality Group, which includes the Allies Group, and the Equality Group were able to raise awareness of different cultures and allow a wider understanding of cultural differences, as we're a very diverse school community. And they created many narrated PowerPoints, raising awareness of issues such as LGBT Awareness Week. The school also runs a lot of trips. I remember going on the London trip in 2018, led by the history department, and that was a really enjoyable experience for me. It's one of my favourite memories of the school. I remember going into the dungeons which I really enjoyed. I remember getting locked in a cage as well as one of the other teachers, Miss Byers, and that was always a really standout memory for me.